So we do a little drive down Three Rivers Main Street, and this is what we all call, everybody calls Four Corners. That's Town Hall there now. There's always been a gas station here. Was St. Peter's of Paul's Church. It's now Immaculate Conception or something, but that's the rectory there. The rectory, and again, this was the Polish, Divine Mercy now. This is the Polish church. This is where, I'll look back at the church. And this was the Polish school where the nuns taught them all. And now we're going down Main Street right into the heart of Three Rivers Village, which is part of Palmer. This cemetery's been here forever, but it's not the cemetery where most of our relatives are buried. I was actually just at that cemetery. It's about a mile away from here. So this brings us down into the village. This was St. Anne's. This was the French church. It's a different church now. And then coming right down here is where the Niemiec family and my mom and Ed and Pete all grew up. And well, this is Monica Funeral Home. I'll come back to that in a second. But this is the house where they grew up. Their grandparents owned the house, and they lived up on the top right, and they had rooms up in the attic level too. I think there was a couple rooms up there, small bedrooms. But their grandparents owned this, and one of their cousins still owns the house and lives there, and they also own the blue house next door. So this is an AmVets post, and they've got a banquet hall here. I was here for a good number of post-funeral receptions and or anniversary parties, 25th, 50th. I don't recall any wedding receptions here. Yeah, everybody knows the AmVets Hall. Oh, and regarding Monica's funeral home, many of our relatives were helped on to the next life with the services of the Motyka, M-O-T-Y-K-A. So now we're coming down into the heart of Three Rivers Village, where three rivers come in together and form another river. This is the St. Stan's Polish Club. My parents' wedding reception was here, and the St. Stan's Club owns Pulaski Park, the Polka Pavilion destination. Little shops down in here. There's a liquor store. There was a little drugstore, I think, in that building forever. But here forever was Tenzar's Market. It's not owned by the Tenzar family anymore, but it's being reopened. It's been shut down for a while. Chudy's Oil Company, that building's for sale. And this was the Tampax factory. And oh, I just went over a bridge. That was the Quabog River coming in from the kind of the south and east. And so the Quabog came in from that direction. That right there is the Swift and Ware rivers, which combined about a mile away, and they go out and form the Chicopee. That was the Tampax factory. It was before that. It was the Tampax factory when I was growing up. So then we got this little building here. There was a Liss's Market when we were growing up. That was down in the back door here. You went into it was just a little family market. My mom was born in one of these two houses, I think the white one, and then by coincidence, our Babchi, my mom's mom and Ed and Pete's mom, she ended up marrying a fellow by the name of Tony Mashashik, and this is where she lived out all her final days. After she left Main Street, when she married Tony, which I think was in the 70s, she came here. So we were here dozens and dozens of times at our Bocce's house. So I'm just going to go up the road here. I'm going to go back out to the road I just turned off of, and I'll include a little drive into Pulaski Park. Now, worth mentioning, I'm doing all this in Ed's car, his Camry, and I'm about an hour away from trading it in for a Subaru Outback. So I was doing a little, I'm doing this little heritage ride with, in Ed's car. Now, if I'm not mistaken, over here where Pulaski Park is, Susan Strempak Shea, who wrote Hoop I Shoot by Donna, the book, I believe her family had roots over in this area. So I turned off this road down there by Liss's Market. I'll go right by that again. But I think she was out of one of these houses here. I kind of want to confirm that. But if you read her book, it talks all about this area. And this is Pulaski Park up in here. And if the gates open, there's a pavilion up there. If the gates open, I'm going to pull in and... Oh yeah, it's open. No harm pulling in here. So this place has been known as you can't quite see the writing on the roof anymore, but it said Polka Capital of New England in big red letters. It's all kind of faded away now. But for years they had all the best Pulaski Park, literally all the best touring polka bands. And I was here, and back there are the chicken barbecue pits, and there's a bandstand here, and there's big old polka dancing events. People would come from, the bands would come from around the country, so people would travel here from, many points in New England, and they, I've heard tell they could have 2,500 people here on a big day in the past. I don't know if any of that's happening. I know they do have events here. Folks rent the pavilion for we recently had a relative of ours about 3-4 years ago had the post-funeral reception here at Pulaski Park, which was just perfect. So you'll see I'm going to be going right by Liss's Market again and back down into Three Rivers here. So 3 rivers come together to form a fourth: the Quabog, the Swift, and the Ware River. Again, my mom was born in one of those 2 houses up there. This is the building that Liss's Market was in, and then now we're coming down here over the bridge back down into the center of Three Rivers. And again, that whole mill building there was, I don't know what it was historically, but it was Tampac's factory when I was growing up. So there we go.